Andris Piebalgs has been Energy Commissioner for the last 5 years, earning the respect of his peers. But does his experience qualify him for his new role as Commissioner-designate for Development? The former Latvian Finance Minister was put to the test by Parliament's Development Committee. He faced questions on a range of issues, from trade to how he intends to communicate development issues to Europeans. As several MEPs were quick to point out, he is taking on the role at a difficult time, with a crisis not only in the economic and financial sector, but also on the climate and in the agricultural sector. So how is he intending to ensure development issues stay to the fore on the foreign affairs and trade agendas?
If I am confirmed as Development Commissioner, I will do everything I can to urge Member States to keep the promises that they have made. It is in our most basic interest to do so. I shall not hesitate to identify very clearly those Member States that fail to meet their commitments.
Mr. Piebalgs was also adamant that money for tackling climate change would not come from the development budget, but would have separate funding.
We made promises, 0.7% of GDP for official development assistance by 2015. We must keep this promise. All the discussions on additional funding for climate change came after that. That means that financing for developing countries comes on top of that.
MEPs were anxious to know how Andris Piebalgs would work with his colleague Catherine Ashton, who takes up the newly created post of High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, which has a wide-ranging portfolio. Specifically, they wanted to know how he would guarantee the development agenda would not be diminished. But Piebalgs threw the ball back in their court. The only potential problem, he says, is money.
You should not be afraid that we will lose development policy dimension. We will not lose it. We will lose only it if in 2013, when the financial perspective will be discussed, we will still have two instruments and not more money for development. This is where the big fight is being comes, and it will come during your term in the Parliament. This is where the big fight will be. But dividing between me and Kati, there is no challenge.